Man. But, no, I mean, talking about money and all that in sports, money in sports. NBA shut down for 2 days. We saw how up in arms people got about that.
Yeah.
You know? I think one of the things I heard a lot the most was, you know, the rhetoric of like, shut up and dribble. Like, I'm tired of politics coming into sports.
Exactly.
And it just made me think, like, you know, yeah, these basketball players are basketball players, but that's their occupation. You know, that's their job. Like, at the end of the day, they're still humans just like me and you.
They're still human. They still got feelings.
Yeah, if you're allowed to be, you know, whatever, like an accountant, and you're allowed to care about politics, then why can't a basketball player care about politics?
Exactly.
And it's
just because they're getting more shine and more publicity.
Yeah, and even like breaking it down further than that, like racism and racial injustice isn't a political matter.
It's not.
You know, that's like it's like a human thing.
They make it into that, and it is a human thing.
It's a human thing. You know, like it'd be a political issue if we were talking about like go vote. Yeah. You know, like that's a political thing. Right. Right. But all the rhetoric is like stop killing people who shouldn't be killed. Right. You know, and like stop racism.
It's all about equality.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I guess it is political because we need, you know, certain laws to pass and certain bills, certain people to be voted in. So in that way it is. But I think like just talking about like the reason the NBA shut down was because of the shooting in Wisconsin that we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And everything else has been going on. It's like inherently that's not a political issue. It's just like, yo, we're tired of people getting killed.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're not going to play. Yeah. We call a strike.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, it's definitely like, I'm glad they did what they did to bring more awareness to it. And like, I've been seeing some like comments like saying, we don't know if the guy Kyle,
the shooter,
yeah, they said they don't know if it was self-defense or some shit. They're trying to make it seem like it was like okay for what he did.
Did you watch the videos?
That's the bullshit. Yeah, I watched the video. Oh. That's some bullshit, bro.
There's no self-defense. I saw a video of at least one of the shootings was a pretty clear video, and you could visually see what was happening. There was no self-defense within that.
Then they try to make it seem like he had mental health issues and all that. I'm like, man, they always trying to make the white guy seem like, oh, he's going through some mental health shit, but then bring up some dirt from the black guy in the past and make it seem like, oh, well, he had a past of, you know, stealing.
Convicted felon shot by police.
Yeah.
That's the headline.
Exactly. I'm like, so just because, you know, he had trouble in the past, that gives you a right to kill him?
Right.
I'm like, no, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
No.
Bro, a good example of that, like you said, was with this guy. What is his name? Kyle,
I think Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse, that's it. Yep. I've heard like the mental health issues, but it's like literally just like 2 weeks ago, an article or something, headlines came out about how George Floyd had some sort of drugs within his system.
Yeah.
And they brought that shit up. It's like, man, like, what are we doing?
Are you fucking kidding me?
What are we doing?
You killed him. Don't try to make it seem like the reason you killed him is okay.
He was drunk or something. Like, what? Like, come on.
That's some bullshit, bro. They always do that shit to us, bro. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
You should, bro. As we all should. Like, we should hate that shit. Like, it should be, you know, I don't know, just give people their, like, matter of fact. Is not give people their matter of fact, but treat things as a matter of fact. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't be mental health struggle and now he's a shooter and he shot people. Just be like, no, this kid was a shooter.
Yeah.
He's 17, here's his name, picture, boom.
Exactly. I've been reading a lot of shit that white people have been saying, no, not all white people, some white people been saying how Black Lives Matter, the whole Black Lives Matter protest is like divisive and like it's separating the black people and white people. I'm like, wow. And then they were saying like some shit like a lot of people kept saying make America great again, stop the Black Lives Matter shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like if you read like the comments under the videos, it's in fucking insane.
Yeah. But that shit only happens on Twitter, bro. Man. It's so annoying.
I've been seeing those crazy comments on Instagram, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're moving over.
Yeah, they're moving over, bro. I'm just like, damn, there are people like that in the world that just like don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I mean, bro, we might as well break it down. Like what you said about Black Lives Matter splitting up white and black people. Like for those listening, like we might as well break that shit down. Like why that's not true.
It's definitely not true.
Black Lives Matter in itself, like think of it as a statement, right? because it's not much of like an organization, right? That's not like it's not a political party.
Yeah, people making it seem like it's an organization that's like trying to make it political. Like it's not fucking political.
Yeah, I understand that there is an organization called Black Lives Matter. But
exactly.
Most people, I would say a strong majority of people are just advocates of the movement.
Exactly.
There's a difference between the movement and the organization, right? And so I think, it maybe that's true to a point. Like it does separate people, but it doesn't separate black people and white people. It separates people who support Black Lives Matter or are advocates of it, and then it separates people who just don't understand what that means and just hate on it. Yeah. Right?
They make it as something that it's not.
Yeah. Like, and it's not about, I saw, I forget who said
it's not
this.
about giving us more rights than other people.
Yeah,
we just want the same rights. We want equality. That's it.
Yeah.
We want
and
justice.
I just don't understand how you can argue with that fucking statement, And I get that, sometimes, not sometimes, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes at these riots, protests, whatever, or I'll say at these protests, they can turn into riots and bad things happen.
Yeah.
But in the same way that, just because there's a lot of bad white people out there, that doesn't make me evil.
Exactly.
Right? And just because there's some bad protesters out there doesn't make the whole movement a bad thing.
Yep, exactly. And that's what people think. Certain people think.
Yeah, and just because there's black people in jail for just reasons doesn't mean that they all should be in jail.
Yep.
Just like, I don't understand why it has to be all or nothing with most people's train of thought.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Definitely fucked up.
I heard this quote, I'm trying to remember who said it, but it was something like, thank God we're asking for, let me think. It's like, thank God we're coming for justice and not revenge. And it's like, man, that's real as hell.
That's
like,
real as fuck.
People need to start listening, because right now, all that they're asking for, all the Black Lives Matter people want is justice.
Yeah.
And
that's all we want.
If people don't start listening, I wouldn't be, and that's what a lot of the riots are from.
Yeah.
Is like,
we're tired of, not being treated equally. That's all it is,
bro.
Like, damn, like people are really getting mad because you want to get treated equally. Are you you kidding me?
Yeah. I think it just goes back to what we said a few weeks ago. Just like most people they haven't had the conversation. So they don't really understand what Black Lives Matter is. They don't understand what the belief is. They don't,
I just think it's simple. Like, you don't understand that another human being wants to be treated equal. Like, I don't think there's much thought process should go into it.
Yeah.
It's pretty
maybe this is like, dry. This is arrogant to say, but I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and just hope that they get their information from the wrong sources. Because like I said, there is an organization called Black Lives Matter, which kind of has a different standpoint than the movement does, right?
Yeah. And
so I could understand how, depending on what news station you listen to, those things get misconstrued, and now you don't support Black Lives Matter, right? Yeah. So, and maybe I shouldn't be giving people the benefit of the doubt, but I want to on a human and like empathetic level.
Yeah, I just think you're human, I'm human. We should get treated the same in the discussion.
It should be the end of the sentence.
It should be.
Man.
But fuck, it's not.
It's kind of crazy that we got to talk about this every fucking week.
Right.
For something else too.
Yep.